why you keep breaking small promises to yourself. We live in a culture that rewards intention. Planning feels productive. Thinking feels responsible. And research feels like movement. Our environment encourages all of it. You get a little rush of satisfaction from organizing your future. You get validation for talking about your goals. And you get praised for working on yourself. So yes, the system nudges you towards preparation, but you have also been choosing it. And the real pattern isn't laziness. It's something quieter than laziness. You keep breaking small promises to yourself, and slowly, you stop believing you when you say you will do something. You say you wake up at 6, the alarm goes off, you open one eye and start negotiating with yourself. I need to sleep today. I'll wake up early tomorrow. You turn it off and roll over. You feel it for a second, then ignore it like you always do. Later, you block 2 hours on your calendar to work on the project. The laptop is open. You open a few tabs and check something real quick. And you disappear into it for the next 30 minutes without noticing. You tell yourself, at least I'm researching, but in reality, the work didn't move. You just feel busy enough to avoid admitting that. You tell a friend, this year is different. You mean it in the moment and you feel genuinely determined. 2 weeks later, that urgency fades. You don't quit, but you stop pushing as hard, and you have done this before. This isn't about discipline. It's about you not believing yourself anymore. Your old metric has been, I worked on it, I thought about it, I tried. But the only metric that actually matters now is simpler than that. Did it move? That's it. Did it move? If you measure efforts, you reinforce efforts. If you measure movement, you reinforce execution. And if you keep measuring the wrong thing, you keep reinforcing the wrong identity. You don't trust yourself because you keep logging incomplete actions. Your brain is keeping score, and the score isn't flattering. This is identity protection, not self-sabotage. If you don't fully commit, you don't fully risk. If you don't fully risk, you don't fully fail. And protection feels safe, but safe has a cost. Breaking promises isn't really about time management. It's about protecting the version of you that can still say, I could have done it if I really tried. That sentence is armor, but it's also a ceiling. Every delay logs evidence, and every postpone starts is a vote against your own authority. You tell yourself you'll go to the gym, and you don't. Later that night, you avoid your own reflection, not because of your body, but because of the broken word. You outline the business idea again. New notebook, fresh page. It feels clean, but somewhere deep down, you know this page looks exactly like the last one and the one before that. That's not inspiration. That's repetition. Breaking promises to yourself is like bouncing checks from your own account. At first, nothing happens. Then the fee starts accumulating. And eventually, your own internal bank stops approving withdrawals. Self-trust declines quietly and steadily. Think of a boss who keeps telling their team, I'll review your proposal tomorrow, and never does. Would you respect that person? Your brain is that employee. It's watching everything. Every broken promise lowers your internal authority. Lower authority leads to lower action, and lower action leads to a smaller life. You're trying to build something heavy on a cracked foundation. It's not that you're weak, the base is just unstable. At some point, you stop being confused and you start being complicit. You know which promises you're breaking. You feel it happening in real time. This is not mystery, it's tolerance. And this is exactly why the 72-hour move exists. It gives you proof that you can move. And after that, hesitation stops being an identity problem and becomes a decision problem. Decision problems are much easier to solve. It's not about motivation. It's about restoring the internal credibility you've been quietly spending down. For some of you, that's enough. For others, you need real-time interruption. And that's where one-on-one coaching lives. Not encouragement, but exposure, structure, and no room to hide inside your own explanations. Two things are running underneath all of this. The first is the hesitation loop, where delay reduces anxiety, and reduced anxiety reinforces more delay. The second is identity preservation bias, where you unconsciously protect the version of yourself that hasn't fully tried yet. Because if you fully try and fall short, you have to update who you are. It's like keeping a car locked in the garage so it never gets scratched. It stays pristine, but it never goes anywhere. It's also like studying swimming techniques for years without ever getting into the water. You become very intelligent about progress, but not actually competent in it. Put simply, if you tell a child you will do something and you never do, the next time you say it, they don't believe you. Now imagine that child is your own brain. It stops believing you. And that's exactly what's happening. You don't lack ambition, you lack proof. You can stay safe, you can keep planning, you can keep refining, you can keep almost starting. But safe doesn't build hard things. Safe maintains stories. Movement is what builds identity. Most people will hear all of this and think that's interesting and then move on. Some will feel a little exposed, a little uncomfortable, a little unseen. Those are the ones who actually change, not because they feel inspired, but because they are tired of breaking their own word. This isn't about discipline. It's about self-respect. And you already know which side of this you're standing on.